that's the 2-litre TFSI engine that's in the VW Golf GTI Mark 5, in Audi A3s and Seat Cupra Mark 2s, and here it's in a SKODA Octavia Mark 2 VRS. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Redline Revs, and we're going to be changing the PCV breather pipe on this 2-litre TFSI. Now this is the worst engine cover design I've ever seen. So the inlet and the induction system is a part of the engine cover. So here we've just taken off that clip with some monkey wrench and we've unclipped the turbo intake pipe side and then just lift the engine cover off. That's a 2-litre TFSI, that's the engine which is in Mark 5 Golf GTIs, and also Mark 2 Octavia VRS like this is, Mark 2 Cupra, and it's very similar to the next generation FSI engine as well, or TSI engine as well. Now this is a lower breather pipe from the PCV system. We've just removed it very easily. You just push down on the tabs on the connection and pull out. Now that's obviously not the original pipe what we've just taken off the car, but this is what somebody put on it after the original pipe split. There was no need for that. We're going to put on the original VW pipe, which costs you about £17 from TPS, and this goes from the oil filter up to the PCV system. Now there are two separate pipes for the PCV system on these cars. The one that we're changing here is the lower PCV breather pipe. This one, like I said, goes from the oil filter down here back up to the PCV system. The other one you can see on the top of the accumulator valve, that hockey puck shaped thing, that goes round to the inlet manifold. But that one is fine on our car, so we don't need to change that. But if you did need to change that, it's not very hard. It's a similar principle to what we're doing here with a lower breather pipe. So first things first, just got to make sure that you push that in to the connection and that it's secured nicely, and then you just want to carefully sort of shift the pipe, the hose around the rest of this pipe work. Just be kind of careful when you're doing this. You don't want to bust anything else. Some of these other pipes could also be brittle because these cars are getting old now. So here we go, just feeding that round, and just do what you need to do to get it up there.
That's in.
Yep. There, just give you a closer shot to sort of where this is coming from, just near the oil filter. And then the top goes, sort of just slide it around the sides over here, feed it through. It's shaped in a funny sort of way, so it goes around these pipes and then back in and to the PCV valve. Now the PCV valve is there to sort of vent the crankcase gases. This has been a flawed design by VW over the years. So people tend to replace these with oil catch cans, but on this sort of generation the catch can wasn't as effective, I think.
Yeah, let me try it.
So here we have it. That's just fed up here now. What we did is that we actually removed the other upper PCV breather pipe, the one that goes to the inlet manifold. We removed that from the hockey puck accumulator valve just to get more space to plug it in. Now that's all plugged in. So that's that. Engine cover then goes back on. This in itself is almost a two-man job. I really hate this engine cover. Do stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming up on these engines. We're going to be doing an induction kit, going to be doing an exhaust system on these, and the induction kit will also delete this. This engine cover is probably the worst designed engine cover I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, just Make sure it all gets in nicely. Clip that side down. Use your monkey wrench to get the
We had to pull you off.
induction side back on. The intake side over here. Plug in the mass airflow meter. Tighten this thing up. The intake. And that's it, that's the job done. It's really straightforward, really simple to do. A very common problem on these engines. Like I said, stay tuned, we've got a lot more coming up on the 2-litre TFSIs. That's the Mark V Golf GTI engine, and also the ones that came after were very similar as well. So that's it. There's a lot more coming up, like I said. Make sure you comment, make sure you rate, make sure you subscribe. This is Redline Revs.